I'm just taking time to make the proper use of my influence. Couple 100,000 cash, a few haters, lawyer fees for new cases, and a box of blunts later I give you.
911, what's your
Alright.
I need to get a cop down here. I'm at the State National Life Building downtown. My wife, she's an attorney. I left her working in the office last night. Just came down because I couldn't hear anything from her.
Damn, he waited till 5 o'clock?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
My wife don't
Dispatchers
come on
receive a
till
call
5.
from a
That's a
man
problem.
frantically searching for his wife.
You
When
ain't
we
text
arrived at
me.
the scene, we went up to the 3rd floor, into the office. Immediately noticed that there were books and paperwork everywhere. It appeared to be a fight.
We can see this is a very gruesome case, very bloody.
As soon as I turned to the left,
Damn.
I looked down and see a body of a female laying in the middle of the hallway. As I looked at her, I realized that I know this girl. This is Chiquita Tate.
34-year-old Chiquita Tate is an up-and-coming defense attorney, well known in Baton Rouge's legal and law enforcement community.
Have a good one.
Being an attorney who works downtown in the courthouse, we knew her personally. Chiquita had a good reputation in the neighborhood, and she was a bulldog of an attorney. She would give her all.
All the years I had been to crime scenes, that's the first time I stood over the body of somebody that I was familiar with.
Chiquita had been stabbed multiple times. It was like walking into a horror film. At some point, I went downstairs. There was a man. He was very emotional, pacing back and forward. He introduced himself as Greg Harris. He's the husband that dialed 911.
Damn.
It was important that I removed him from the scene so that he could calm down.
No matter how much you think or what you heard or whatever, they say in like cases like this and stuff, like it's all the prime suspect is always the husband or the boyfriend. I feel like it's a little crazy to me because he let 5 o'clock. If we not communicating by, I think 12 is pretty decent. Like if you gotta let me know at least by 12 what you doing. That's 5 o'clock in the morning. You ain't heard from her. You ain't talked to her. That's the next day. There's people who wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
I can later talk to him.
Investigators examined the crime scene in search of a motive for the murder. They discovered Chiquita's wallet is missing, but other valuables remain untouched.
Her purse is still there. Her computers are still there. The keys to her
Ain't really
Hummer,
rob her.
too, are right on her desk.
Ain't nobody
So
rob her.
let's
She ain't
check
get
off
robbed.
robbery. Let's check off
Exactly.
burglary. But who does this then? She was stabbed.
Could have been
so
one of the
many
people who
times.
she put away.
There's something so vicious about this. It's so visceral.
Whenever you see a large amount of stab wounds, to
That's
me,
a
it was something
struggle.
personal.
She was trying to scratch and claw.
We noticed long strings of hair in her left hand. So
She pulled
a
the
seller
hair?
possibly
Was it
could
a
be
woman?
female. But Chiquita is not.
Computers just arrived. Why do we even need those other keys anyway?
Right? Copy?
Known to be a fighter. Did she actually fight her assailant and pull hair out?
You know, so we didn't find a murder weapon at the crime scene.
DNA.
Thank you. When we first started interviewing Greg, we asked him what he did on that particular day. He told us that at about 7 o'clock, Chiquita called him and told him to bring her something to eat because she was hungry. He went to McDonald's.
So she was
and
supposed
once
to
he
be
got
home.
Chiquita's work, he started to help her organize her office.
She can ask me to come by, help her with the
Well, you didn't call her, she called you first.
Yeah, she called me first.
Why you got his tie
At some
like that?
point,
Why
she
his
told
tie
Greg
flipped over
that
his
she was going to
shoulder?
be working late. She had a client that was coming.
In between 10 and 10:30, Greg said he drove home. He got into bed.
At around 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, he woke up and she still wasn't home. He started trying
And
to
you ain't
call.
called?
She didn't answer the
Man.
phone. Finally, around 5:30 in the morning, he went to the office and later dialed 911.
I heard that Greg was being questioned.
So he woke up. He went to sleep at 10, woke up at 2, and noticed that she wasn't there, right? Then you go to the office. I don't think the office 2-3 miles away. So let's just say he got to the office at 3:30. Maybe we'll even give him 4 o'clock, right? Let's just say the office a hike away. You still ain't called the police until 5:30. So for that whole hour and a half, he did it. He did it. I'm putting everything on it. He did it. That's your guy. He right there. And he was the first person on the crime scene. He did it.
understood that
He did it.
that's part of the process, but he wanted to know what happened to Shakita
He did it.
just as much as the family wanted to know.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta keep it 100. I gotta get both sides. Sometimes that not most of the time, but sometimes in certain situations you'll get a domestic violence officer like you didn't even do. You didn't even do nothing. She got mad. She called the police. They came. I didn't even hear situations where a female would scratch herself or beat herself up in order to get the boyfriend thrown in jail because they was beefing. So you can't. I mean, you can take it, but I'm not gonna say take it with a grain of salt. But just hear that part out. Just hear it out, because sometimes it's not always what it's saying when it's coming through your ear.
He decided to leave that
Feel
part
me?
out. So as we interviewing Greg, we find out that the wallet is found on Gardier Lane. So I wanted to test him.
You know, we do phone records. Your phone records, her phone records. They tell us every tower that you hit.
We let him know that, look, we can figure
You
out
gotta
where he's
know
been.
about the
You
towers
might as well
by
be
now.
honest with us.